Hey, everybody. This is Scott.
And I'm Rick.
Today we're doing something old, something new. It's a new segment we're trying to do here for Pure Filler. We're going to be talking about a slightly older movie, Green Room, and then we're going to be talking about a brand new one, Split. Dude, where do you want to go first?
I kind of would rather talk about Split, personally.
Fair. The new Shyamalan.
Yeah, I think M. Night Shyamalan's had a dark 15 years at this point. It's been bad, and I think for the first time, he actually managed to make something pretty good. I actually liked Split a lot.
I like it a lot. Obviously, we're going to have to talk spoilers, so
extreme spoilers.
Extreme spoilers, because there's one thing that you can't know going into this movie that is a pretty big deal. So at this, that's a thing, and we're going to say it. So you got your warning. Probably should have started with Green Room thinking about that, but oh well. Kind of Unbreakable too.
It is. I mean, my problem with this movie was, actually, there's that article that got passed around that was telling you, the movie's better if you spoil it for yourself. And that's a stupid fucking opinion. That will ruin the movie for you.
I don't think you're wrong.
All you would need to say is, holy shit, Shyamalan actually made something that didn't suck. It's like old Shyamalan again. It's like Unbreakable and Sixth Sense. Like, he made a movie of that quality.
Listen, I'm not a dainty flower on being offended by anything, but I saw the trailer and it
looks cringy. It looks really cringy.
It looks really cringy. Like, we know that this is not how multiple personalities work in the real world. And it just looked like, you know how every movie for a few years does that, like, we only use 10% of our brains thing.
Then Scarlett Johansson has a seizure.
It came off feeling like The Three, looking at the trailer, like where he has all these multiple personalities and he's the victim and the killer and the cop chasing him all in one. And it just looked like, are we still doing this? So that kind of turned me off on this pretty hard. And I like Shyamalan. I don't really hate the man, but there was definitely something about that was like...
I've kind of felt bad for him for years.
Oh, agreed.
I kind of feel that Shyamalan is a guy that likes the Twilight Zone, and his first few movies clearly echo that. They're clearly long-form Twilight Zone episodes. And then Hollywood kind of caught on to the fact that works, so then every movie became a fucking M. Night Shyamalan movie. It's like immediately after The Sixth Sense, I think The Others came out.
I was going to say The Others, I think, did more damage to him.
The Others was like from the commercial. It's like, it became like, and you'll never guess the ending. Every movie had you'll never guess the ending. And the moment the commercial says you'll never guess the ending, you guess the fucking ending.
You immediately guess the ending. Yeah.
Yeah, there's no looking at the others. You'll never guess the ending. I guess they're all dead. Yeah, but... And 5 minutes into the movie, I guess they're all dead. And Nicole Kidman killed them too? Yep. Nothing about this one that's complicated.
I didn't guess the ending of The Others based entirely on the concept of guessing it immediately and spending the entire movie going, no. I mean, no, what is it? It's like less than a year since Sixth Sense. They couldn't possibly be putting this thing out like this. And sure as shit, I spent the entire movie knowing it and being like, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. No one would do such a thing. What kind of monsters would put out the same fucking movie, but shittier, a half hour later?
It's very clearly like, shit, they just made the successful movie. Let's make the exact same thing. We'll make millions. It was very clearly that mentality behind it.
Now we switched it up. Like, did you switch it up?
Yeah, the Nicole Kidman was the killer factor into it.
Yeah.
That's it, which, to be honest, it's super, within the first 5 minutes, it's just, that it's there.
I wish we'd entered a period of movie making where everyone just decided to insert Donnie Wahlberg and his tidy whities holding his penis in a gun. Like, if that's what Hollywood took as a lesson from the end of that movie, They completely misconstrued it. I don't know, I guess we should just always have a bald mental patient holding his penis. But whatever. So now that we spoiled 48 movies instead of just the one we warned on.
Yeah, fucking cares.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, so I've always liked Shyamalan. I like Signs a lot. Signs has a weak ending.
Well, Signs. The thing about Signs is Signs was really good until the ride home. Like, you came out of the theater and like the swing away twist was like, oh, that was really good. And then like you're driving along, we went over to your friend and was like, that was pretty good. Yeah. Why were the aliens naked? Like, why would they come here? What isn't there water in the atmosphere? Why would they even come to this planet? It's made of acid.
It was pure, like, all fridge logic the whole way through. Like you're thinking about it, like, moments after the movie.
It handled it contained itself well.
I agree. Like, I really liked that movie. I thought everybody was excellent in that movie. Like, I really liked that movie a lot. I remember loving Unbreakable. I have not seen Unbreakable in years. And I do wonder if Unbreakable was as good as I remember it being, or if we didn't live in a world where every third movie was a superhero movie and that seemed novel afterwards, which would be unfair to judge against it now. But like, I wonder if that movie holds up as well as I like to have it in my mind, if that makes any fucking rambling sense.
You're probably right. But I remember it kind of did handle itself pretty well. I mean, if I remember, there was kind of nothing that led you to hint that Samuel L. Jackson was what Samuel L. Jackson was.
I mean, it's one of those, like, he never touched the door, he never sat in the chair. It was one of those things like where you did realize, like, after the movie was over, like, oh shit, I guess that was there the whole time. Like, the comic book stuff was there, all the news clippings, the things he knew. Like, there was hints throughout the movie.
There were hints, but there was like nothing, like a character picks up like a piece of paper or something and like, that's going to be important somewhere down the line. Like when the movie goes out of your way to tell every significant thing, there was nothing about that stood you in the face. So when it happened, and actually, to be honest, that's what I thought about this movie. And like what I was going to get at in the beginning with this was that you did read the article. You walked into this knowing where this was going the entire time. And what I actually thought there was actually a really good level of mystery in this. I kind of thought because the major twist that everyone's talking about, which we've already spoiled, is really the final 5 seconds of the movie. And it's really more of an Easter egg. And it's a really good Easter egg, but like you don't need to see the movie there. But if you know that, you kind of know the other twist in the movie. Like,
yeah.
The movie is basically James McAvoy's character the entire time is telling you the truth. And despite being a crazy person, is the only one that really knows what's going on. But the rest of the movie is trying to throw you and knock you off of that path. The entire time. Like, the entire movie is trying to lure you down the path to traditional, like, M. Night Shyamalan or other movie twists.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's trying, like, the thing with the three girls that I noticed, they're definitely related to James McAvoy's personalities. Like, they're definitely trying to make you think that either they're one person or they're part of James McAvoy thing. And, like, you don't get any history on the girls other than, I forget her name, the girl from The Witch. Her name's, like, Anna Joy or something. I forget what it is. But, like...
Girl from The Witch.
The Witch Girl. So, like, she's the only one with any backstory, and it's extremely far back. Like, it's her childhood. Like, it's really far back and nothing in between. The other two girls don't really get anything. And, there's kind of really nothing connecting them to the outside world. Like, there's a vague conversation with a father character who, after James McAvoy appears, you don't see the body or anything, and you don't hear anything about him until the end of the movie when the movie starts to reveal itself. So, like, the entire movie is trying to trick you the entire time. So like, you have no idea what James McAvoy actually is, because the entire time he's telling this story of this alternate personality, the Beast, and he's claiming he's going to give him like superpowers and let him do all these crazy things. And you're just kind of expecting there's going to be another personality that comes out that maybe is a little more feral, that maybe gets violent or something. And at the end of the movie, he starts climbing on walls like Spider-Man and fucking absorbing shotgun shells. And at this point, like, that's like the twist of the movie is that like you thought you were watching a psychological thriller, but you were actually watching a monster movie. And then the end of the movie, the final 5 seconds is, surprise, it's not a monster movie. You've been watching a superhero movie. This was actually Unbreakable too.
Yeah.
And while we all want to beat up Bruce Willis, credit to Bruce Willis for showing up for that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I like that. It was great that Bruce Willis is in the end of that.
I loved that final scene, and I think you hit the nail right on the head. Like, I do think that it was total misdirection the entire movie, completely trying to get the audience to side with like, oh man, maybe she's one too, and he's just trying to train her. It was totally trying to make you think that the whole time.
The whole movie was shrouded in mystery. But if you walked into that knowing, oh, it's Unbreakable too, then you're just twiddling your thumbs bored waiting for James McAvoy to have superpowers.
I agree.
I was very mad at that article, like, because I didn't have it spoiled. I just was aware of an article that said it's better to watch the movie after it's been spoiled, and I intentionally didn't read it, so I actually didn't know it going in. But then I after we were done, I read it.
So I agree with you. The only thing I'm pointing out, which is why I basically made my little SJW rant in the beginning, was not that I'm like offended by it or anything. It just looked like another lazy science thing. Like going into it, it just looked like, oh, it's got multiple personality disorder. It's like, we're doing another one of these, aren't we? It looked like it was going to be a cringe fest the whole way through it.
Agreed, 100%.
When it takes the turn and when I had it spoiled for me about where it was actually going, it's the only thing that got my ass in the theater seat. Like, that's the one that was like, oh my, all right, never mind. And the justification that he's a friggin' supervillain, all of those things are actually pretty cool. Like that's like, okay, good. He's not mentally ill. It's a superpower. I'm fine with that. That's dumb. That's fine. Like, I'm completely cool with that. And I agree with you. It ruins the feeling of watching the movie.
There's a better way to do it.
I am telling you that everyone I kept like talking to about this movie, the people that were on board for it were the people that like garbage. I think it looks good. Seemed like, yeah, but like you thought Lucy was fucking awesome. Like no, like I like Limitless as a fucking stupid movie, but by the same token,
this was a stupid movie too. But this just is it handles itself well. It knows it's a stupid movie.
It's a dumb movie, knows it's a stupid movie, and it just embodies that, and it's fine. I don't have any issue with it, especially when that happens. I'm saying to get into the theater, I didn't give a shit, and I liked The Visit. The Visit was good. I like Shyamalan. I am also with you on. I
like the guy. I don't blame him for After Earth, and I haven't seen Avatar. I really want to see Avatar. Avatar looks like a fucking train wreck. So maybe he fucked up real bad with it.
I also don't have any feeling on, but so I don't know that I'll think that movie is as bad as everyone thinks it is.
Okay, I've seen clips of it. It looks really cringy. Like it kind of looks like on par with Birdemic sometimes.
Ooh, all right.
It looks like a fun, good time. It looks like a bad. It looks like a fun, bad movie.
You know how like every once in a while you wake up in a cold sweat remembering that there was a live action Dragon Ball movie? Like just every once in a while.
I've never seen it. I've always wanted to see it.
Me neither. I just like
I
every
really
time I
want to see it
of,
though. Like I want to see that Dragon Ball movie. I want to see the Avatar movie. Just the same way I want to see the Avatar movie.
We should re-intro this with like, here's a rambling conversation vaguely involving Split.
Those are my favorite podcasts, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
So at the end of the day, like I think Split is a really good movie and it's worth your time. It's not great, but like it's definitely worth your time. It's definitely one of the more interesting things I've seen in a while.
I would say for Shyamalan movies that I actually like, Sixth Sense, obviously, although I think everyone on Earth has to be done with Sixth Sense at this point, right? I can't imagine.
That's not really the Sixth Sense's fault.
Oh, not at all. It was so good that everyone watched it 50,000 times. So now
it's like Austin Powers jokes. It's not Austin Powers' fault. It's America's fault.
Exactly. But like I like Sixth Sense, I like Signs. I definitely Unbreakable 1 I really enjoyed. Split I will definitely put in there. The Visit is pretty good. Like that's 5 pretty good movies for the man that is this pariah of Hollywood. Like, yeah, okay, he hasn't had that many hits. Like, who the fuck can claim like 5 movies that you can openly be like, that's pretty good, man. Like that like 3 of those are awesome. One of them is real good until you think about it later, and then this one is a lot of fun. It's fun.
Signs is still good.
I will go to the mat fighting for Signs every fucking day. I love Signs a lot. I think Joaquin Phoenix is a goddamn delight.
Yeah, he's the best part of the movie. He's the best part. Well,
he's
that's
so
not
good.
Mel Gibson's I'm Insane with Anger is the best part of the movie. But Joaquin Phoenix in general is the second best part of that movie.
Absolutely. And the best is the acting ability that Mel displayed to pretend to not know what pure rage was. I am insane with anger.
He's back, man. We're going to get another tape.
Welcome back.
Welcome back, Mel. I can't wait for the next angry tape.
I don't know how they're forgiving you. I don't care. Bloodfather was pretty fun. I like that one. God bless him. Bring him back. But anyhow, yeah, like I agree. I mean, I think you said most of it for Split, but I agree completely. And your read on it, I think, is dead on. I like the movie a lot, and I don't think it's my favorite Shyamalan, but I think it's 100% worth seeing. My advice is to have one member of your crew read that article and know the spoiler walking in to give everyone else the heads up that, dude, it's fucking worth knowing. But that's obviously irrelevant now, as I'm pretty sure the dog knows it's kind of an Unbreakable sequel.
Yeah, I think at this point it's kind of hard not to know. But
plus, everyone was like, is Shyamalan making an Unbreakable too? After this movie came out, they immediately started the hype train for another Unbreakable movie, which was just like, guys, what are you doing? Like, give it fucking 2 months to breathe. Hey, assholes. We're trying to keep something under wraps. At any rate, yeah, Split. Hell of a film. I guess let's talk a little bit about Green Room there.
Sounds good. Let's move on.
It's not so much a review. We're doing an older movie. Just not that old. It's 2015, but kind of old. Old enough. You can get it on various streaming services. That's old.
This is fair. We wanted to do something else, but we couldn't get access to it, so we ended up... the only thing I've seen recently that we've both seen is Green Room. And
sure.
Yeah, that's basically it. I just saw Green Room finally, even though everyone else has seen it like a million times already.
Whatever. I like Green Room a lot. I could talk about Green Room anytime.
I also thought it was really good. There's a thing. I thought everyone kind of overhyped the violence on this thing.
Okay, I
imagine maybe the first time you saw it, with not knowing, expecting it to get that. But other than the hand and a dog wound, I don't know, man. It wasn't this gore fest you guys all wanted it up to be.
To be fair, the stomach wound is pretty friggin' horrible.
Dude, I grew up on Dawn of the Dead and Day of the Dead. I don't give a shit about intestine. Bring on the sausage links.
What I'm saying is, I do think that you were overhyped on what the
I was
violence
oversold on the violence.
Because if you saw this and did not know this movie was going to get that violent, it's like a Paul Verhoeven movie where it's like, there's no reason for this movie to be as violent as it is.
Yeah.
But I thought the violence was really, really effective in this movie.
Yeah.
So I guess let's talk about what the fucking movie is first.
So a low-level punk rock band going on tour, running out of money. They managed to get booked onto a random show off the beaten trail. Turns out it's a bunch of neo-Nazi skinhead bar. So they do their performance. They just want to get out. They get their money. The girl who plays Maybe from Arrested Development, I believe, forgets her cell phone. So the guy who plays Chekhov, Anton, what's his name? Yelchin?
Yelchin.
Yeah. He goes in to grab her cell phone for her, and there's a dead woman in there. And at which
with
point,
a knife in her head.
With a knife in her head.
And specific.
And a skinhead standing over the body. So
that's my knife.
This is awkward. So the skinheads realize that the entire band is now witnesses, so they kind of lock the band into the room. And it kind of turns out that the skinheads are now going to plot to murder the band so that they can't tell anyone. And the band has to kind of try to survive. So they're trying to barricade themselves in and keep out the skinheads. Led by Patrick Stewart.
Here's what I like about this movie. It is two things. It is one, I love what a punk rock movie this is. Because I feel like you don't get that a lot anymore. And like half of this movie is about like life as a band and like driving around and all that kind of stuff. And like how terrible it is and going to do like, ooh, we've got a radio gig. And it's in some dude's apartment and they're just sort of like crashing with this burnout who's got a podcast. Hello. And it's just nothing is glamorous about it at all. They're siphoning gas. Like, so that part, I loved all that part about that movie. And then it kind of just takes this right turn into a survival horror kind of movie.
Yeah. If you didn't know it was coming, it would, but it's not quite From Dusk Till Dawn. If you didn't know it was coming, this is the greatest twist of all time.
Nothing ever will be. Yeah.
I wish I could go back in time.
Yeah.
So watch this movie. Don't know anything about it.
Yeah, I've actually had the opportunity to show a few people that movie, Dusk Till Dawn, without them knowing the vampire thing was coming. And the reaction of, what the fuck, when the first vampire attacked is among the greatest things I've ever seen.
When Cheech Marin gets up.
Yeah.
Cheech Marin gets up with fangs and monster makeup. It's just been a Quentin Tarantino crime drama the entire time. Yeah. Now we're fighting vampires.
But Green Room, I'll tell you what I was oversold on. Patrick Stewart, who I love.
Yeah, I agree with that. He was mumbling so bad that like he was. So it's like normal. You kind of complain, this person can't hold an accent. I can't tell if he was holding his accent or not.
See, I don't think that it was a mumbling kind of thing. The pre-hype on this movie was kind of across the board. It was just, Patrick Stewart is so powerful. You'll never believe how evil Patrick Stewart is. And like Patrick Stewart, yes, he's evil and he runs a gang of skinheads. But to be fair, I expected that to be like a Bill the Butcher level bombastic performance from him. And it's relatively understated, which is good. He's good at it.
Yeah, he's a calm, like methodical villain. Like he's a good villain. But I agree with you. I thought he was kind of oversold.
He's a businessman, kind of a skinhead. Yeah. Like he's just really like, we have to move the product and we have to get into the situation. So we're going to have to take care of this. Here's how we're going to do it. Here's plot A, point B, C. That's how we're working through this. Understood? Go team, go. He was scary in a realistic sense, but the overhypeness on this was like, you'll never believe when Patrick Stewart comes to Fucktown. And it was good. I just, like we may have overhyped you on the violence, I believe I was overhyped a bit on Patrick Stewart.
Yeah.
Who's fair. A treasure. Nothing against the fine
he was
Patrick
good.
Stewart.
But he was kind of oversold.
A little oversold.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I love this director. It's Jeremy Saulnier. I hope I said that right. I'm sorry if I didn't. But he directed Blue Ruin, which I really liked a few years ago.
Okay, yeah. I saw that one too. Yeah. I actually didn't realize it was the same director.
Yeah, same director.
I just noticed that guy is in a lot of these indie movies. All right, well, it's because the same guy directed them.
I think he calls these his incompetent protagonist trilogy or something he's putting together. He openly has joked about yes, my characters make terrible decisions. So I appreciate this guy a lot. I think he really put out some good stuff. I think Blue Ruin is an excellent revenge movie in the sense that it's believable.
He doesn't know what he's doing the entire time. And he keeps fucking up.
Yeah. And I like that in movies. Like, too many people get mad at movies when characters do things that I wouldn't have done it like that. Like, oh yeah, under pure terror being chased by an army of neo-Nazis, you'd be making rational fucking physics-based decisions? Is that how that would have worked?
There was that was the thing in Green Room, but there was that one decision that one guy made who was the second guy who was the wrestling guy who wrestled the other guy in the beginning. He wrestled the skin knight that was watching them. He was the guy making good decisions, and then they get out of the green room, and then he immediately jumps out of the room and just starts stabbing him immediately.
Yeah, that didn't work out well.
Spoilers.
It didn't go well for most of them.
I actually kind of laughed at his death because he's just ha-ha, leaped out of the window and then immediately into a knife.
Yeah, I did too. Okay. I really like this movie a lot.
It's like Pitfall.
It's a fun movie, and it's real good. I know that we overhyped the violence. You're not wrong, but I think everyone did a good job. I think Anton Yelchin.
He was really good. I actually always thought he was really good. Was this his official final movie?
I think he had one more that came out after this, but this is the last hurrah one.
Whatever
the other one was.
I kind of hope this was the last one because that's a good way to go out.
No, you must have had Star Trek came out after this thing.
Okay, yeah, you're right. He's in Star. He's not going to be in Star Trek 4. That's the thing.
You're not going to see him no more. But but good lord. But yeah, he was good.
He was good. I actually kind of have always thought he was pretty good, as a kid.
And listen, Alia, Shawkat, whatever your name is. Look, maybe's good. I think she was really great in this movie. I always think I underestimate her every time she's in a movie. And every time she always surprised me. She's good. I don't know why I always just go, it's maybe moving on.
Still think she was the only good part of season 4 of Arrested Development.
I agree, but that's a whole other argument.
That's a whole other. It sucked, but I thought the Maybe episode was all right. I thought Maybe was the only character good enough to survive that format change.
Agreed.
Which kind of lets you know. I guess Maybe was the strongest character the whole time.
But I thought everyone was really good in this movie. I liked the sudden jump in violence, and I know you don't, but I really liked the ending. I liked the ending. That joke that teased the whole time.
I guess the joke went over my... I just kind of thought there's a joke at the end of the movie. At the last second of the movie, they make a joke that I guess went over my head. I just kind of thought it came out of nowhere. And we were in this dead serious tone the entire time. And the whole movie was just coming to this really tense finale. And then they just ended in a joke where there's been absolutely no humor in the entire... I don't know. It just kind of... I was taken aback by the suddenness of it.
It was a nice, I like the final line of the movie is one of those jokes that they're doing the Hollywood movie thing all the time. What's your desert island song? And the whole time, you're watching the movie and you're at the end of the movie, he's going to figure out his fucking desert island. So the whole time you're that's going to happen. And the movie is so kerosene soaked in punk rock that you're waiting for it, and he goes I finally figured it out. And it's just the movie just basically goes, fuck you, and gives you nothing in that ultimate smash cut to credits. I like that a lot.
I hear your argument, and I'm willing to say I'm wrong on this, and that it just went over my head. I didn't consider it a punk rock thing. Well, I see your argument. I'm probably wrong.
Confirmed.
Confirmed. Rick is dumb.
Well, fair enough. Green Room. Highly recommended for the 3 people that haven't seen Green Room yet. Not as violent as you may have been told it is, however, still very, very violent and effective use of violence.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. It's effective use of violence.
It is a proper use of violence.
Someone has their hand duct taped together and it still appears to function on some level.
It works again, though. I don't know why that works.
It doesn't work well, but it will work.
It is a functional working arm again.
Duct tape is better.
Yeah.
Duct tape equals green herb plus red herb.
He fucking... The arm's been off screen for 2 scenes, so I'm good to go. All right, I'm good on that.
Yep.
Sounds good.
Green Room. If you haven't seen it, give it a shot.
Thanks for watching. You can check it out. Give us a like or a subscribe if you feel like it. Don't have a Patreon, but I'm not going to mock that because someday I might want a Patreon. I don't know why anyone bites their hand off before they want to try using it.
No, you can just go back and edit out the end of the video.
I'll just cut it out. I never mocked Patreons. We're always at war with East Asia. All right, I think that's good. Thanks for joining me, Rick.
Thank you, sir.
Bye, everyone.